Germanwings CEO Thomas Winkelmann confirmed 3 Americans were on board the flight that crashed in the French Alps. The airline says 150 people were on board the flight, including 2 babies. 16 students and 2 teachers from a high school in Germany were also on board the flight. They were among the 75 total German passengers. Lufthansa, the owner of Germanwings, says the crash was an accident, but the cause has not yet been determined. Winkelmann says a list of names will be released after all victims' families are contacted. And President Obama announced Tuesday he will keep nearly 10,000 troops in Afghanistan until the end of 2015. This announcement follows Obama's day-long meeting with Afghanistani President Ashraf Ghani. President Obama's original plan was to cut the 9,800 troops currently in Afghanistan down to 5,500 by the end of the year. However, both presidents agreed all current troops are needed to continue training Afghan security forces before expected Taliban aggression in the spring. And U.S. Army Sergeant Bowe Bergdahl may face life in prison if convicted for both desertion and misbehavior before the enemy charges. On Wednesday, the Pentagon announced charges claiming Bergdahl intentionally abandoned his post before he was captured by the Taliban in Afghanistan in 2009. Bergdahl could also receive a dishonorable discharge, forfeiture of all pay, and rank reduction if found guilty. Bergdahl was given up to U.S. Special Forces in Afghanistan last May in exchange for 5 Taliban commanders imprisoned at Guantanamo Bay. And watch out, a new mega company is taking over American pantries. H.J. Heinz and Kraft Foods announced Tuesday they will be merging into the 5th largest food company in the world. Kraft CEO John Cahill says the $36 billion merger will allow the company to grow faster than it could on its own. Kraft already has a presence in nearly 100% of American kitchens. Since the announcement, Kraft Foods shares have increased by 35% to nearly $21 per share. And now, more news on the Germanwings plane carrying 150 people that went down in the French Alps Tuesday. A French prosecutor says the crash most likely happened because the co-pilot deliberately crashed the plane. Prosecutor Bryce Robin has opened an investigation for voluntary manslaughter. This news comes after an audio file recovered from the black box of the down flight indicated one pilot was locked out of the cockpit before the plane went down. The investigator that analyzed the audio described what sounded like light knocking on the cockpit door, then stronger hitting on the door, which received no answer. The investigator said, quote, "You can hear he is trying to smash the door down." A senior military official described the conversation between the pilots as very smooth, very cool earlier during the flight. This new evidence does not detail the activity of the pilot in the cockpit. The plane's 10-minute descent from over 38,000 feet is gradual enough to suggest the Airbus was not severely damaged. The second black box from Airbus 320 has yet to be found. Xavier Roy, coordinator for French Air Rescue, described the mountainous crash scene as having no recognizable airplane parts, only scattered debris. The on-site investigation is expected to take a full week. Searchers' focus is to locate the bodies and the second black box. That's all the news I have for you today. Back to Logan and Maggie at the desk.